an Asian elephant, a woolly mammoth, and a hybrid. Note the key differences in habitat, fur, and ears.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are discussing the mammoth animal.
The story of the mammoth didn't start in the cold, but in the warmth of Africa. Around 5 million years ago, the ancestors of the mammoth began to migrate north toward Europe and Asia. As the Earth's climate cooled, these animals underwent a fascinating evolution, adapting to the freezing temperatures of the north. The most iconic species, the woolly mammoth, appeared about 400,000 years ago. They were the undisputed kings of this mammoth steppe, a vast, cold grassland that stretched across the northern hemisphere. The coat. They had 2 layers of fur, a long, shaggy outer layer and a soft, woolly undercoat. The tusks. Their massive, curved tusks, sometimes reaching 14 feet, were used like snowplows to clear away snow and find frozen grass underneath. The ears. Unlike modern elephants, mammoths had very small ears to prevent heat loss and frostbite. For thousands of years, humans and mammoths lived side by side. Our ancestors didn't just see them as prey. They saw them as a vital resource for survival. Food and fuel. One mammoth could feed a tribe for weeks. Shelter. In treeless tundras, humans used mammoth bones and tusks to build the frames of their huts. Art. Some of the world's oldest cave paintings in France and Spain depict mammoths, showing the deep respect and awe humans felt for them. As the last ice age began to end about 10,000 years ago, the world changed rapidly. The extinction of the mammoth was likely caused by a double blow. Climate change. The world warmed up, and the dry grasslands turned into forests and bogs. The mammoths lost their primary food source. Human hunting. Already struggling with a changing environment, the added pressure of human hunters pushed many populations to the brink. Fun fact. While most mammoths died out 10,000 years ago, a tiny population survived on Wrangel Island in the Arctic until about 2000 BCE. This means mammoths were still walking the earth while the Great Pyramids of Giza were being built. Today, because many mammoth remains were flash frozen in the Arctic permafrost, scientists have been able to recover their DNA. There are active scientific projects, like Colossal Biosciences, aiming to use genetic engineering to create a Euproxia mammoth, an elephant-mammoth hybrid. The goal is to reintroduce them to the Arctic to help restore the ecosystem and fight climate change. The scientific method, CRISPR
Using elephants
technology.
as surrogates raises ethical questions we must confront.
Agreed, the welfare of the animals is our highest priority.
The culture is stable, initiating stem cell induction.
Fluorescence is activating. Look at that division.
The potential is incredible, a new era.
Scientists aren't actually cloning a mammoth from scratch, like in Jurassic Park. Instead,
In a high-tech lab, holographic DNA strands float, ready for editing. CRISPR scissors precisely target and edit the genetic code.
they're using a method called gene editing. The blueprint. Scientists extract DNA from mammoth remains found frozen in the Arctic permafrost. The genetic bridge. The Asian elephant shares 99.6% of its DNA with the woolly mammoth. This makes it the perfect template. CRISPR scissors. Using a tool called CRISPR, scientists cut and paste specific mammoth traits into the elephant's genome. These traits include thick shaggy fur, smaller ears to prevent heat loss, large fat deposits for insulation, hemoglobin that carries oxygen better in freezing temperatures. The result. The offspring won't be a 100% pure mammoth. It will be a functional mammoth or a cold-resistant elephant designed to live in the Arctic. Why do it? The ecological goal. The main reason for bringing them back isn't just to put them in a zoo. It is to fight climate change. The mammoth steppe effect. Protecting permafrost. The Arctic ground, permafrost, contains billions of tons of trapped greenhouse gases, carbon and methane. If it melts, the Earth's temperature will skyrocket. The mammoth as a living bulldozer. During the Ice Age, mammoths trampled thick snow and knocked down trees. This allowed the freezing winter air to reach the soil, keeping the ground frozen. Restoring grasslands. By grazing and knocking down bushes, mammoths will help convert the current mossy tundra back into productive grasslands, which reflect more sunlight and keep the planet cooler. The challenges. Despite the excitement, there are major hurdles. Ethics. Is it fair to bring back a social animal if it has no family heir to teach it how to behave? A surrogate. Since an elephant must carry the mammoth embryo, some animal rights activists worry about the health and stress of the mother elephant. Technical difficulty. Creating a stable embryo and bringing it to full term, a 22-month pregnancy, is incredibly complex. Current progress. As of 2026, Scientists have reached a massive milestone by successfully creating elephant-induced pluripotent stem cells, iPSCs. This is a fancy way of saying they have the master cells needed to create any tissue, hair, skin, blood, of a mammoth-elephant hybrid. Comparison at a glance. Feature Asian elephant woolly mammoth extinction hybrid. Habitat tropical forests Arctic tundra. Coat very little hair 3 foot long shaggy fur. Ears large, to shed heat. Small, to keep heat. Small. Tusks straight, a curved highly spiraled. This is wonderful news. Dear viewers, thank you for staying with us until the very end. Every like, comment, and view means the world to us. If this story touched your heart, please support the channel by subscribing and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Your support keeps these incredible wildlife stories alive. Thank you.